What up, Johnny? How you doing? What up, chat? Ramoy missed that GC by one tick. That's unfortunate. What up, Gas? What up, Mr. Papa Giorgio? How we doing? Hey, Victoria. Diana, welcome back. What up, Alex? All right, let's get some charts on, shall we? Coming into today, expectation is going to be a little bit more managed, just lower out the gate. Mainly just because of the price action we're putting in. Now, if we get over today's highs, I think we can see some decent upside. Thesis is completely shift from yesterday. No, I didn't take any trades today, intraday. I closed those SPY puts at break even, which I'll take. I mean, market didn't do what I wanted to do. I'll take break even any day of the week. Intraday, no, I didn't take anything. I traded a little bit after stream, caught some smaller shorts, and got another funded. So that's good. But I was just messing around for the most part. Part of it was during like Alan's stream, which was way too late. I got to stop staying up till 3:30 in the morning. Pretty soon, I'm going to go mentally insane. How'd you guys do today? Smaller shorts means how many points TP and stop loss? I mean, it wasn't necessarily like small shorts, especially for the night session. Where is is it here? No. I caught this short down to this wick, got out on that wick, and then see that is at 1:30 in the morning. Then at that point, I rotated into gold for shorts, which if you go to 1:30 in the morning, it was, where was the gold? Wait, is that yesterday or am I 2 days back? I caught this short on gold right after at 138. And that passed the eval. So I wasn't trading like too aggressive, but I was a little aggressive. Yeah, I think it was like 20-point stop loss on the NQ and 8 on gold, which both are very reasonable. Got the afternoon long on NQ. Beautiful. Yeah, I didn't look at the charts in the afternoon. I saw they made a really nice push. Biggest thing is we held today. We did exactly kind of what we talked about yesterday, not my original thesis where I was looking to see if the world would burn. Didn't burn. Ships held. We're good. We kind of faded that, got up to get that gap fill-ish today, which is basically happening right now. And the daily charts don't look bad, but it could make sense if we spend a few days here, and that's not gonna be fun if we do it. I'm gonna be really focused on yesterday's highs, whether that's ES, NQ, RTY, YM. I also saw the title of the stream is like trading NQ. Don't know what that's about, but it might be a sign. Oil's a little weaker. I don't hate gold, especially. PCO, if I get to a point where I'm not like looking at the market, trying to see where I want to take an entry, I can go back on those. Not a problem. But this gold daily chart, I like it a lot. Yes, we failed to go higher, but then we have a really, really strong daily fail to go lower, in which We're now above, so I'll go ahead and mark yesterday's highs. And if we can hold above that, I think there's a lot of potential. But we're currently fighting that little area there. Gold looks like it wants to scream. It's just if it's going to break out. The indices also look phenomenal. But my main interest is actually gold. Waited for long on NQs this morning. Wasn't a great setup. Sellers. Yeah. Today was just a very, very slow grind. And it was, compared to what we've been getting, just a very dull day. What up, Raw? Good evening, Com. What up, Omar? What up, Oscar? I'm doing great, brother. If oil gets strength, I don't really know what I want to do. Because I don't necessarily want to short. I'm open to it if we get back below like the open. But I'm not going to short with us 2 points away from yesterday's high on ES. It just doesn't make sense. You could short the rejection. That's not what I want. And if it doesn't set up what I want, is what it is. But I'm going to load up gold on some things. And I might stab sooner. We'll see. Just to see, because I kind of like the structure here. I'm going to take a gold stab here at 52. Stop would be like 45. So I did take a long entry on gold right there with a stop at 45. If gold gets a little wicky, there's a chance it stops me out. I'm okay with the risk, especially if it wants to continue. But there's a chance it doesn't break yet and it breaks later on. If it does, it does. I'll get to chat in 1 second. Just making sure I have everything set. Just because this 15-minute chart, I would take that with the little 2-minute break. Should be a little 5-minute as well. 5-minute trigger. I'd take that every day without a hesitation. All right. No, wait. I think yeah. Nope. I'm looking too far up in the chat. Let me draw this on. Just anywhere up in this area, I'm cool with it. It was like that. I threw a stop at 45. I mean, overall target, I really don't hate like the 60 area as a first kind of test. I'm also going to have lower expectations out the gate because I don't trade gold that often. If it does fail, pull back, stop me out is what it is. We'll live. What up, Armani? What was your trigger? Yeah, 5-minute buy. Like I said, if it stops me, it stops me. Just part of the game. I like the 15. If it does spike lower first, it spikes lower. We'll look. Hourly could consolidate for the first hour, Wouldn't be crazy. Well, this hour currently, and then look for a move at like 8. I'm willing to take a few trades today. Efrain, I got the setup. It's just so far it did pull back. So if you're not in, I'm not opposed to waiting for something. But I got the trigger I wanted, took an entry. We'll see if it works. What up, Adam? Adam Sunshine. Why does that sound so familiar? What do you think about oil filling the gap? Did I hit the sauna today? No, I didn't. Might hit it later. We'll see. It's going to be just how it reacts to this 86. It can go fill the gap, but we're fighting this area pretty strongly, and we're not breaking it or getting above it. We're just consolidating near it. So it's like this exact same consolidation just right here for the most part. So we'll see. I mean, the daily did get gap up. Still technically like a little inside bar. It's just how we react to that. We could easily go right back for the highs, break that, and now it's more bullish than bearish. I don't know. The market's more of like a neutral outlook for me with like lower expectations. We hung in Denver. Oh, yeah. It makes sense. I was like, why does that sound so familiar? Victoria, right now I'm just on prop firms. But I'm planning on next payout using that to rip a self-funded. Just making sure all my stops are right. I'm in on 2. Yeah, no, I mean, Adam, that was a blast of a time, especially for such a small meetup. Denver was sick. Yeah, oil and the indices are just in like a standstill spot. I think it's because no one really knows what's going on. I can see this chart going either way. It is a little bit more bearish as it just keeps pushing lower. No matter what, if you look at the weekly chart, this is a bearish ass chart at the moment. We weren't able to get back over 89, which was our huge pivot yesterday. And while we're below that, I lean lower. If we get back above, I start to lean more bullish on it. Except when we're in this range, though, I have very little interest in really trading it. I just have expectations of today being duller. You send me another DM. I'll look real quick, but I won't dive in on stream. All right, brother. Message me again after stream. Just because I don't want to spend a lot of time just focusing on the phone. Yeah, feel free to shoot me a DM after stream. I'm looking at gold here though. Back below yesterday's highs. I mean, we're half a point off. So I'm not like, oh my God, we lost yesterday's highs. It's bearish. But if we end up pushing below it, that's why I like having a tighter stop here. Normally I would just throw it at the open. But I'm going to keep it a little tighter, keep expectations a little tighter as well. Wait, technically it says it didn't trigger. I don't know. I just don't have overly high expectations. Like if I look at this weekly chart, a weekly inside bar just makes sense. And if that happens, there's a chance we just stay in this little tiny range. There's also a chance we go just rip new highs, right? If someone wants to be bearish on this market, they're going to look for a failure over these highs. So they may want to see that test first. There's a chance we go rip those again this week. If they do, I'm willing to try to catch it. But if they don't, we're likely going to be in a pretty ugly range for a few days. What up, Evan? Yeah, it looks like we're taking this little stop on gold. Only way would be if the 15 somehow held this 1 point. Yeah, there it is. All right, quick stop. If we do get back above yesterday's highs and build some type of setup, I'm open to getting back in, but I'm not going to stab in immediately. This isn't the kind of chart where I really want to do that. There's a chance we just got stabbed out. Gold mini is MGC. Trump will be on CNBC at 8 p.m. Oh, fucking wonderful. Just what we want. So if that's actually happening, we may consolidate for a little bit before that. ES is trying to hold structure here, but these are starting to pull back a little bit. I'm probably just going to keep watching gold. I'm willing to take another stab. If we get above yesterday's highs, get a 15-minute fail to go lower. Stop might have just been too tight, is what it is. Have my sources too. Need the latest news ASAP. What's your sources? Mine are just Twitter. It's an interesting way to say it. Is usually what tends to happen is the market will dip because it wants a better price. So we might see a move down. That way we get it at the best price. I don't think that's technically how it works, but I see what you're getting at. If we dip, I wouldn't say it's because we're trying to get it at a better price. I would say it's because NQ rallied 17 fucking percent off the lows, and we could use a pullback or a really beefy consolidation. Now, that doesn't have to happen, but there's a good chance it does. Did you sleep all weekend to catch up from last week? I slept a decent amount. It wasn't all weekend, but I slept a decent amount. I'm watching to see if I want to take another stab on gold. I'd probably be willing to take 3 today total, sizing a little smaller. But I need to see it above yesterday's highs for conviction. While below that, I'm not overly interested. Because I want to see this 15-minute start to get more of a fail to go lower. Then I'd be more interested in this 4-hour possibly breaking out. At that point, I'd probably go smaller size, a little wider stop. What up, Jake? How you doing? Apple got a new CEO? No, I didn't know that at all. I mean, Apple's aggressively strong. It looks so good. Another name that looks really interesting for tomorrow that I looked at was NVIDIA. Little daily consolidation right around the 200 area. That daily looks clean. I don't think gold's going to get what we want at the moment. What news do you follow on Twitter? Mainly like Bloomberg. Sleeps for the dead. That's what caffeine's for, dude. If they wanted you to sleep, they wouldn't make stuff with 300 milligrams caffeine in it. That's just how it goes. Yeah. Fonzie, it's waiting for an hourly candle to close above or below levels. Really good confirmation. You're just waiting for a lot stronger confirmation. For me, it depends on what kind of trade I'm looking for. If I'm looking for an aggressive trade like YM, then yeah, you can definitely use higher time frame confirmation. But if I'm just looking for a smaller potential move, then I have no issues at all going lower confirmation, like maybe a 5 or 15-minute close above. Efren, that's what I'm watching for. Even though I'm talking to Chad, I'm watching right now. The only thing is, I wouldn't be shocked. Like, it would make sense if this hourly wanted to inside bar. So it's like, do we wait for that to close or do we take another possible stab? I'm watching the 5-minute. I don't love that last 5-minute close, though. But the 15 has potential to fail to go lower. I just wish the 5 looked a little bit better. Worst case, too, what I'll do is wait for a higher low to set up. It'll take a little bit of patience, but we can find it. Now, there's a chance gold does that thing where it goes 30 points straight up. And if it does, it does. We'll live. I just don't think the entry's there right this moment. But I'm definitely interested in it. The indices are struggling as well. So, like we expected, though, just a dull day at the moment. Of course, Fonzie. Wednesday's the expiration for the Trump stuff. I don't hate the shorts. I can see this going either way easily. Are you short gold? Because, I mean, below yesterday's highs, it makes sense. It can easily go right down to the open without a question. I just don't see a chart that I'm like, hell yeah, about. Oil, I guess, has a 4-hour fail to go lower. You could watch for something on like the 5 to set up a little bit. But the indices are also strong. They're not moving, but they're a little bit strong. One thing that's likely going to happen is we're either going to see the indices start an attempt to break yesterday's highs and then oil pulls back a little bit, or oil holds its strength and these all go and see if they can hold the open. If they can't lose the open, it sucks. Jake, I don't think war stuff ends anytime soon, to be honest. That's why I made the bet against you with the all-time high stuff. I mean, that's the thing is people have to remember, and obviously this isn't towards Jake, the U.S. thrives off war. Our economy is backed by war. It's just how everything's set. So in the end, yeah, war sucks in the short term, 1,000%. But most of our like GDP and shit's from war stuff. Number one thing we did that most people didn't notice, the second we started the war and oil went up like 80%, we unloaded a metric load of oil out of the Gulf. We just started shipping that stuff out as fast as we possibly could. Started unloading the reserves. We were trying to make as much money as possible off oil. During the Iran war, Trump actually made a statement saying that we've made so much money off of the Venezuela oil. I heard Jake got a GF in chat this morning. Jake did have a GF in chat this morning. He did. Yeah. Him and Emily are pretty close. Cuba next. Emily, my queen. Yeah, it was 100%. After the conversation earlier, Jake loved that chat. He's already obsessed with Emily. All right, so I'm watching the indices, and gold. Not interested in longs anymore. We failed yesterday's highs while we're below it. No, not doing it. Especially now, I want this hourly to close before we even look at potentially gold. Can look at shorts on it. I'm not opposed to it. It's just a harder chart to short a little bit. Jake, when you done, can I get it? It's crazy. Robert, that is fucking crazy. Jake, also, we gotta check chat. Yesterday, someone was trying to sell their parents to fund an account. This age recession chat's been going rogue lately. Oh, I guarantee you, user, that's the thing. I guarantee you Emily will be in that chat every day. I checked her logs. She's been in every single one of Jake's streams. And she has, no joke, talk shit in every stream. She's a ride or die. She is a loyalist to the T. Speaking of parents, mom smashed that like button. Yeah, we will be doing a giveaway later. So y'all better like the stream. If you don't like the stream, we ain't doing a giveaway. I'll hold it off. Y'all won't even get one. I'll do it. Don't make me do it. It sucks, but I don't think there's anything to do on these charts right now. Like anything. This could pull back to the open, but what am I looking for? 7 points? That doesn't interest me too much. Unless I'm running a stop right here for 2 points. Could work, but that's way too tight. We need 500K likes tonight. Brother, I ain't trading soybeans. Well, while the market's slow, if y'all got any questions you want, or any even a topic you want to talk about, throw it in chat. Let's see what we can get into. How's natural gas looking? No, that got smoked. Platinum looks terrible. Gold, eh. Yeah, I think gold's just going to be patience. Gold looks like it's one of those ones that's going to set up at like 930. I just can't short these charts. I can't short this consolidation here. But the long is just, we have yesterday's highs 2.5 points above. What am I going to do with that? Bro, just know if I start longing soybeans, we are full degen hours. 100%. There ain't no reason for me to be trading soybeans at all. How long have you been trading? I've been trading since 2021 in like January 28th, 2021. So was that 5 years and 3 months? Pretty close. How's PLTR doing? Robert, that's the best you got. How's PLTR doing? PLTR doesn't look too bad. It's lagging drastically behind the indices. We still called that not generational, but crazy short on PLTR and office hours. Monthly could be a big failure to go lower. If it does, there's a lot of room back higher. I don't like that weekly inside bar, but if we can break above, what would make sense on this chart though is same thing as the indices. Just a smaller weekly inside candle that you can trade off of, and then look for that to break next week. Or could be 2 weeks, could be 3 weeks. We could quite literally, and y'all gonna hate me for saying this, we could go back to this right now without any hesitation. This was basically wars going. This was possible ceasefires. Oh my God, the Strait's open. And now we're back at all-time highs. Still no actual confirmed ceasefire, but, you know. Short on soy. You're actually looking to short soy. I mean, you did win a prop for or an account, so you could rip it on that. If there's another market like another futures market that actually has decent volume, I'd look at it. I think it'd be funny to trade, but I mean, I would trade it seriously, but just know it would be on evals only. I'm not trading soy on a funded account. How long have you been profitable? It took me like 2 years to get to that like break even slight profitability stage. And ever since then, ever since like 2.5, 3 years, I've been full time paying my bills with it. Put the sign up. Let's trade some weird futures. Brother, I do not want to trade like wheat futures or coffee. And if I'm going to do that, I'm just going to get a crypto account and just start ripping. Zombie, what does PLTR do that they'd be skyrocketing with war? And I know it sounds crazy, but a lot of companies, I don't look into what they do if they're on my watch list. I just look at the charts and see. Tell us the first trade you ever took. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know the first trade I ever took. I don't remember it. The main trades I remember is like the trauma I have from Shopify when I used to trade Amazon when it was a $3,000 name and I had like 5K in my account. Definitely couldn't afford that. Stuff like Tesla. And one of the biggest, obviously, the biggest trade of my life I remember wholeheartedly, because after it was also the biggest loss of my life because I was degenerate as shit. But yeah, I used to trade all the SPACs, everything like that. Just everything that was hyped back in 2021, except I didn't trade the meme stocks. Checking in from Hawaii. How you doing, brother? Appreciate you being here. Yeah, Chris, and digital actually. Yeah, that's how I know who you are. It's you could be overly bearish because the war is technically not over. There's no actual ceasefire, even though we're at all-time highs. But we just got to focus on there's more buyers than sellers right now, and that's really what matters. Outside of that, just I can't put too much like fundamental analysis in the stock market because we're in a news-driven market right now. All that matters is some technicals, and then at the same point, just what's going on in the world. Gold, she ripping? No. Okay. You made me think gold was just going parabolic. Strong buying coming in. Well, it doesn't look like it yet. If it starts to, I'll do something. Oh, there's a lot of you from Hawaii in here. What's your strategy? My main strategy is multi-time frame analysis and then just overall structure, which is basically the same thing. Just really diving into it on every time frame and seeing what's setting up. Like right now on gold, one reason I'm not overly interested in a new trade yet. One, we're below yesterday's highs, which means we spiked yesterday's highs and pushed below. Not great. The hourly currently doesn't look overly prime now that it's kind of pulling back a little bit. It's more of a red inside bar. So we're going to wait to see how that kind of plays out on the next hour to see if there's an entry there. And if it holds below yesterday's highs, the reason I don't want it here is now we're starting to look at the 4 hour possibly fail to go higher. So you're just using all the time frames together to really build out a thesis. There's a few other things in there that I do, but I don't want to like dive into everything. I don't want to give all the sauce. Trading your only income? No. I've never had just trading as my only income. I think it's crazy to do. Because if you have, and the one thing about trading full time, most people that trade full time, I don't know someone who only has trading as an income. Like I don't know a single person who trades and is just strictly living off of trading. No other type of income at all. I can't think of a single one. But yeah, I think it's important to have another source of income where most jobs, let's say you have a bad month or something like that, you're still going to make money. In trading, let's just say you're averaging 6K a month. If you somehow lose 2K that month, you didn't just lose 2K. You also didn't make the 6K you normally make. So now you're down 8K on the month. And what are you even going to do to pay your bills? You know, I always want to make sure no matter what, bills are going to be paid. So I don't have to stress trades. Last thing I want to do is be like, oh my God, my car bill is coming up. I have to make $600 this week immediately or else I'm not going to make it. I don't want that to happen. So I just make sure there's enough supplemental income to cover bills, but also I could easily live off trading if I needed to. PLTR does AI software. Okay. First trade was weed stocks, SNDL. Dude, I remember when weed was like the huge hype. All the Canadian stocks back then. Yeah, it feels good being an AMC bag holder. There's the people who did well on AMC, and then there's the people who are still holding. And at that point, like you just like my barber story just feels horrible. That man caught AMC at such a cheap price per shares, put like 10 grand into or something, was up 240 grand, never sold. Still holding post split. He's down to like $3,000. I'm like, I would be depressed for life to watch 250K just evaporate because I didn't want to sell any. Like you're talking your entire life's changed. You barely have to work anymore if you're making $2 million off one trade. Yeah, but that's also how a lot of these names go. We remember GameStop. We remember the second wave of GameStop. Everyone buys. There's probably still people who hold GameStop at $500 a share. I'm depressed for him, brother. There's a lot of stocks that he buys. The second he buys, they just go straight down. Whenever my friends start telling me that like they're buying aggressively or they're like, oh my God, the world's going to end. That's how I know the bottom's in. My buddy, no joke, texted me. I forget the exact day it was, but it was like here. No, it was here on oil. He texted me saying, fill up your cars. Oil's about to explode. It dropped like 25% from that. He called the top. I'm like, when someone texts you something like that, like if a family member says, oh, should I sell? You know the bottom's in. If someone starts asking what stocks they should buy because the market's booming, you know the top's in. You know it's time to chill out a little bit because when everyone else who doesn't trade is overly analyzing the market, you know we're getting a little extreme here. What up, Bullish? How you doing? Ephraim, what do you mean major loss and not to mention Doge? Are you talking about just the overall like back then in trading? Robert, I have no clue what Rave USDT is. Is that a crypto? Thoughts on oil short losing the lower trend line on the 5-minute? Let's take. Oh, I'm actually looking at it. Okay. Are you talking about? I'm gonna guess you drew something like that, kind of, or you either drew that or you drew something like that, maybe. I don't love either of those, but you know I see what you mean. The only thing about the oil short is this hourly is just a little tight. It can easily get lower, right? Number one thing here is the 4-hour could build a consolidation bar, make a little doji, then we look for that break. But what does that tell me? That tells me I have 2.5 hours of nothing. That's why I really don't love the market right now. I would love for this candle to be more of a consolidation, and we can 3-bar play that all the way down to 83.50. That would be euphoric type of trade right there. It would be amazing setup overall. That tells me I need 2.5 hours to wait for it to even potentially set up. Same thing on the indices. I mean, the 4 hours looking good, but unless we break over yesterday's highs pretty aggressively, we're likely going to continue this overall consolidation, and that gives us 2.5 hours of nothing. We'll see, though. I don't think it's like out of the question. We're just slower right now, so I'm managing expectations. That's why I'm not trying to stab and dive into anything. I took one loss already for those of you that are on. We tried to stab on gold, but that thing failed fast. Also, someone did ask if I'm trading the Nasdaq and you're new here. I'll trade the Nasdaq if I really like it compared to ES, but ES is my bread and butter. The title does say trading the Nasdaq, but I think Jake accidentally put that on everyone's stream. I'm also the only one of us that doesn't only like religiously trade the Nasdaq. Jake trades gold, obviously. Like Alan trades the Nasdaq for his main stock. Christian trades the Nasdaq for his main stock. So yeah, I don't trade the Nasdaq a lot, but if there's something that sets up, I'll trade it. I'm not worried about it, no matter what it is. And if I miss one of you guys' questions as I'm going through this, because y'all are typing, feel free to throw it again. Jake, I'm pretty sure the stream says trading the Nasdaq on mine. Yeah. So someone asked if I'm trading the Nasdaq. Which, to be honest, it's great because then it just means people are going to ask you on your stream tomorrow, do you trade NQ anymore while you're looking to trade gold? That's going to get you in a great mood right off the rip. What do you do on the side then to make it all work? Well, one thing I do is sit on the camera looking pretty for you guys. So there's one. But no, I help my family out. They have a few businesses. So all summer I help them. Like this weekend, I'm going to be working for them as well. I do that for side money. It just keeps me busy, basically. But I do that. I work with Jake, social media, a lot of stuff. Yeah, I just think it's important to not only have trading as your only income because then every single trade is literally make or break for the most part. I'm a hand model on the side. That would be such a weird career, dude. Like if you get a little scratch on your hand, your career is over. You're done. You're cooked. You have a scar now. You just lost your entire livelihood off of a cat's nail or something. Job. This is my day job. This and trading is what pays everything for me. So what you're looking at right now is my day job, 7 to 9, being on stream for y'all. Which is why if you're here and you enjoy the streams, like the stream. Robert, so I'm going to get into this with Bitcoin. And a lot of people are going to hate it. Some people are going to agree with it. The one thing I don't understand about Bitcoin, and it's just Bitcoin in general with people that trade it, is we were up here at like 110,000. And I saw a bunch of people on Bitcoin saying it's going to 50,000, it's going to 35,000. And they're consistently saying, I'm just ready to buy the dip when it goes. If you think it's going to pull back 50 to 70%, wouldn't it make sense to sell and rebuy 50 to 70% lower? Because then you automatically double your profits if it's going back up afterwards. But if you're saying it's going to 50 to 75 or 35K, in my head, I know obviously you got to pay taxes on it. But in my head, I'm like, why wouldn't you sell and then just buy at 50, 70, 30K, whatever it is? That's the one thing I do not get about the Bitcoin bag holders. Because they're like, oh my God, it's the bear cycle. We're going down 85% on Bitcoin. Well, then sell. And that's why I just can't I'm like, just sell it and then buy lower. I feel like it's a little easier. It's too logical. Yeah. That's one thing I just cannot wrap my head around when I see people talk about Bitcoin. Like I would hate to watch me have Bitcoin at 130,000 and then watch it go down to 30 and then just buy along the way. Did I smoke weed today? No, why? I'm just ranting. Do hashtags have a wider range of people? Huh? Are you talking about like on the stream? Wait, doesn't Trump talk in 30 minutes? Apparently he does. So if he does, though, we have Asia Open mixed with Trump talking. We could get some volatility. I might have to turn on DJ hours if that happens, though, because I don't think I want to yeet a funded with Trump yapping. What if we do OF but with trading? You know how amazing that would be? You start an OnlyFans, it's just all trading content. Like you sell your mastermind through OF. You'd get judged by so many people, then you just have a bunch of people subscribing to you just to learn how to trade from you. GC, I noticed I only traded London. We had really nice price action last night. Where's the cat? The cats are locked out of my office because they will terrorize everything on stream. The cat will stand right here the entire stream and won't leave me alone. So cat's outside right now. Declan Rice. Who is Declan Rice? Brother, I hate the first picture that came up. I fucking hate the first picture that came up. You said that? That's the first picture that came up of Declan Rice. You telling me that's me? Bro, he's got some lettuce on his head, though. No shade. I feel like there's full shade. That's the first one that popped up. Can you tell Jake to play I Will Survive Shrek movie song? Tomorrow's agenda. See, Jake's already got it. He's on it. Oh, for 420. No, I don't really smoke. I mean, occasionally I'll take like one hit, but that's basically it. Unless I'm with Jake, then I'll smoke like a little bit more, but not a lot still. Because I'm with stuff like that, dude, I'm a lightweight. 100%. Oh. Yeah, Jake used to have infused when he was in LA. And he would just hand, because he's a generous guy. He'd be like, here, you want some? I'd be like, sure. I think me thinking it's like just normal. I'd take it. I'd be on the moon after like 2 hits. I'd be gone. Just cooked. Smoking gives me body paranoia and heart racing shit. Yeah, some people would be like that. My one buddy, when we were in high school, did it. And his dad was a state trooper. It's the only time he's ever done it. And he was paranoid, hiding in a tent, thinking the cops were coming for him for 2 hours straight. He never did it again. I'm like, I don't know what you just experienced, brother, but. This is Jake's Discord. No. Jake will not message you on Discord, and he will not ask you for Bitcoin or tell you he wants to help you with his trading. I will straight up tell you that right now. And you can always ask in Discord if it's Jake. I guarantee you, Jake's name is not RT Rake again, Rake GG. That is not the man you want to be talking to or potentially giving your money to. Remember, if you want to give someone Bitcoin for no reason at all, don't give it to a scammer. Just give it to me and Jake. We'll gladly take it, and we'll give you the same return of 0. Or maybe even Ethereum, you know? Just give like a 10% discount. Robert, damn, what a baddie. No, that last picture I showed is how people reacted when I posted that sauna picture. I wish I could experience that. I just get lazy as shit and eat my entire fridge. Depending on what it is, I either lock in or I just use it to veg out, and I have to fight off the munchies for 3 hours. Bullish, I thought you were about to say during the meeting, but that's good. I thought you were about to say like during the meeting they made you drink a beer for it. All new. Congrats. I mean, good luck. I don't think you're ever going to see that Bitcoin again, but you know, good part is if Bitcoin drops, you technically don't lose that much. Yeah, a little quick vibe check. That's what I'd do if I had a business. See how cool they are. Like, so you don't want to work with someone who's like super uptight for the most part. It might be good at their job, but you want someone who's actually like a normal person. This is weird though. Oil's pulling back. Whoever shorted oil, nice call. Oil's pulling back. Gold's slightly pulling back. And the indices are also looking a little more bearish than bullish. Like you could look at something like that on the 5-minute, but it just doesn't really interest me to put risk on. And that's just who I am. That doesn't tickle my fancy. I don't look at this and go, you know what? I want to short this aggressively. Not really. I think I'd rather just wait till it's like a hell yeah type of setup. And this isn't it at all. We have an hourly inside bar. I think maybe Asia will give us something. I don't know. We'll have to see. Jake versus Run beer truck. Well, the only issue there is I haven't drank since the New York meetup, which was in August. I can still drink easily, but I don't know. It'd be a good competition. A little quick Guinness jug. Oh, Robert, back when I was a kid, I was a fiend for weed. It was bad. But also, both my parents smoke religiously. So I was bound to get into it. But also, where we grew up, you're getting into shit like that at the age of like 15, 16. My father used to work for a commercial construction company in New York City. Whenever they would land huge contract, they would break out the shots to celebrate. Didn't matter. I mean, stuff like that you have to. Because my family works in the construction industry. And with that, like, yeah, when you land big contracts, some people don't understand the dollar value behind those contracts. You 100% got to celebrate every time. I used to work with a lot of contractors across the world. Well, across the country, not the world. Those jobs, I can tell you, are the biggest pain in the ass. There's nothing worse than working with like contractors. Some of you in here probably are. Just know, the 5 a.m. phone calls, hate it. Absolutely no reason to call me at 5 a.m. None. Not a single one. There's a problem, call me at 7. Yeah, because what else is there to do? That's valid. But I feel like even before I turned like 21, I lived so much because we had 4-wheelers. We'd go like shooting all the time. We just lived. My one buddy lives right next to I don't know, I forget what he does. I think he was a nose surgeon. And they have like 310 acres. And it was free range on that property. So we were absolute degenerates when we were younger back then. It was fun though. I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's just so weird because the first time I ever went to like a big city was when I went to visit Jake in LA. As crazy as that sounds. Before that, it was like Cleveland. I mean, I drove through cities, but I'd never been like visiting or just in a bigger city. Oh, dude, memories that'll last you forever. When it rained, actually, funny thing, when it rained or snowed, we used to put a rope on the back of a 4-wheeler. And we'd either go driving through the fields and you just hold on as long as you possibly can. Or in the snow, we'd throw a sled behind it and go down the road at like 40 miles an hour. Same with snowmobiles. My buddy and I argued ethics of trading. I think the most ethical way to make money. Wait. What do you mean it's the most ethical way to make money from someone? Can you explain Project 365? 100%. Project 365 is exactly what you're looking at. It's me and 4 other traders trading live 4 times a day or 5 times a day, including me, every single day, 10 hours a day. So it's 6 days a week. I kick it off Sundays, 7 p.m. Eastern. Then we have Alan, 1 a.m., which Alan is an absolute monster with the prop firms and just futures in general. Then we go to Mitch and Jake in the morning slots around like 7 to 9 a.m. No, 7 to 11 a.m. And then we have Christian around noon, like 1-ish. So there's 5 time slots, and we trade live in front of you 10 hours a day. Just basically doing this. Right now, obviously, I don't see anything that I desperately love. There could be shorts here. If I miss it, I miss it. I'm just not in love with it. Someone's probably trading it. Awesome if you are. If I see something I love, I'll trade it. But no, we just try to find our trades and then give it, like, just talk with you guys. Give a lot of education. A lot of these streams, if people are sleeping on them, and there's so much knowledge going around just between the 5 of us, because we all trade the same like core system, but we all have made tweaks to it to where we trade differently. And I see, because I'm in almost every single stream, so I see a lot of you guys in every single stream, and you have no clue how much that support means. No, we're just doing it. We love it. I love streaming personally. Yeah, I mean, I can tell you I'm a little tired right now, but those of you that know I've been staying up till like 3:30 in the morning, and it was bound to happen eventually. Job. So what do you mean by it's the most ethical way to take money from someone? You mean like how there's always someone losing on one side of every trade? Could you guys add the stream times down in the description? We could. Yeah, that's something we could probably do. Hang on, I'm gonna screenshot real quick so I can send that to Jake. That's a good idea. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's something we could do. All the streams right now, though, if you just go to this YouTube and click live, we have like 1 or 2 days prepped of streams already. So you'll be able to see when everything starts. Yeah, Jav, it makes sense 100%. Because it's, yeah. I mean, the thing about trading, and a lot of people, the funniest thing is people will blame, like there's going to be a time where people hop on stream, I take a losing trade, and they'll blame me for a loss. And to be honest, I don't give a shit. It is what it is. I tell people, don't follow me. I don't care. But trading's you versus you. The only one that can make you trade well is you. The only one that can ruin your entire life off of trading is you. You choose to either follow someone blindly. You choose if you want to actually learn how to do it properly. You choose how you execute. Understanding yourself more as a person will help you be better as a trader overall. It is a you versus you battle. I think that's why I love it so much. Also, seeing the impact you can make on others is insane. And the number one thing about trading too is like price action. I've said it before. Price action is one of the easiest things in the world to understand. Once you learn it, once you spend the time, I can look at charts. Like, I'm not even joking. I'm just going to show it. When I go through this watch list, this is how fast I look to see if I'm interested in a chart. I just do this because I understand price action enough to where I'd be interested. Boeing could be interesting. Why? Daily failure to go lower. If it breaks over this 225 area, you could look for a break and retest of these highs. That easy. And it's just making it super simple. Where everybody fails is psychology. Trading is no joke, 95% psychology, because we're not robots. Everyone says you also need to keep emotions out of trading. It's not possible. If you can somehow be the most emotionless person in the world, first of all, you're not a kind of person I probably want to hang around, because that sounds really boring. You're going to have emotions either way, no matter what. You're going to have days where you're tired. You're going to have days where you're just out of it and you're just not trading good. It's a part of it. How you execute that is you just learn yourself. If I'm groggy, I'm not going to start like whipping minis out. I'm not going to start doing 10, 15, 20 micros, because I know, let's say I did that on gold, and then I'm like, you know what? This chart's going to go. This 4 hours going to trigger. It's not going to fail. Well, then you buy here on the 2 minute. Then you buy this little break on the 2 minute. Then you buy this little hammer on the 2 minute. Now you lost everything you had right by there. And all it did was move down 4 points. I've been there. I've done it. That's why I can talk about it. It's been a week and you guys have killed it. Way more value watching you guys trade than another streamer. Bullish. The number one thing I can say is we have been blown away by just like the analytics and the support from these streams. I can tell you, obviously right now we're a little lower than normal, which I don't care. If you're here, I appreciate you. But 140 viewers at 8 o'clock at night while there's a bunch of other shit going on in the world, I'm beyond happy about that. Like, ecstatic about it. And then obviously, as we do it more, we're on week 2. We'll grow. And at the same time, we'll get trolls. Somehow, shockingly, this is the only session I haven't seen a single troll in. Don't know how. But I also know after the very first stream, for those of you that were here when Jake asked for L's in the chat for me, and all we saw was W's, you guys would go at their throats before I could even say anything. So I know I got my ride or dies. Yeah, Evan, I couldn't agree more. And that's why I look at all this. I watch all the streams. I don't watch Alan to micromanage and make sure everything's going smoothly. I go in it to listen to his perspective. The man has a background in psychology. Yeah, I'm going to ask him freaking questions to learn more about psychology aspects. That's what people need to do. It's just there's so many different perspectives, so many traders that are doing so well. And there's just so much you can learn. And it's quite literally free. It's 5:45 a.m. here. Respect for getting up early. Where are you at? And that's the thing too that I love about this is, I mean, I've done one-on-ones with people all over the world, which is crazy. I always adjust my schedule for to help them. But there's going to be people in here from all over the world. That's why I'm doing this afternoon slot. We could do Jake pre-market to 11, me 11 to 2, Christian 2 to 4, and that's it. We want to do all hours. So that way we cater to everybody around the world. Bangladesh, that's sick. I'm going to be honest. This is going to sound dumb. If you gave me a map and said, where's Bangladesh? No shot. Absolutely no clue. I might be able to get somewhat geographically close, but no way I'm nailing it. Yeah, notifications will help a lot when we stream. That's why we fuck with Project 365. Love you, brother. Appreciate you. Do you think trading is one of the best ways to understand yourself? The shit I learned from 1 year trading is more like, dude, the growth you have to make as a human. Or I can tell you, if you fully understand yourself and you've done a lot of self-work, those people come into trading and they succeed fast. I'm talking within a year, they're very profitable, doing really, really well because they understand everything about yourself. If you come into the market and you already have a stock market wolf type mentality, you're going to thrive. But if you come to the market like me, who was a very stubborn, 6 years ago, 22-year-old? Yeah, I lost my ass in the beginning. And that's because I was a stubborn as shit 22-year-old. I had a lot to learn, and trust me, I paid my toll a lot. I could have gone to college and it would have been cheaper. Hell yeah, Robert. I mean, I know I've seen you every single day in almost every single chat. So appreciate you, brother. Gold's back under the open. I'm glad I stayed away from the indices because, quite frankly, from where we looked at it, ES is down 1 point. Not touching that at all. Those aren't moving. So our focus is probably going to be gold and oil. Problem is, oil looks weak. Gold looks weak. The indices look weak. That's not normal, which automatically tells me we're kind of waiting for something. 3 minutes away from Asia Open. I'm not taking a trade right now. I just saw Omar ask. I'm not doing it yet. We'll wait. See if something sets up. If something sets up, I'm fine. What would I want here? A really, really aggressive 3 minutes. Back over the open. Close. Hourly fail to go lower. Could get interesting on gold. Do I have high hopes? No, because that 4 hour currently looks like shit. Took the mastermind course and I loved it when you guys talk about a trade or people with questions. Yeah, that's the thing and this is why I tell people ask questions, because there's times where people don't ask questions at all. And people will hesitate to ask questions. The number one thing is people will say that's a dumb question. I don't think it is. If you genuinely need to know something, I've heard dumb questions, but I won't say they're dumb. I'll answer. Because if you're people can be struggling with the simplest things in trading and it can ruin everything for them. I've had people not know what a failure to go lower was, and they were just trading what they thought it was, and they were nuking their accounts because they were taking the worst entries possible. So it's the littlest questions even can help you. But that's why I love helping other people Like that's my end goal. The more I make in trading is to like help people learn stuff like that. And that's why I love when people ask questions. That's why I talk to you guys a lot. I'm watching gold. I'm not going to buy a little 5-minute downtrend. I'm going to wait till we get some structure, even if it's a 2-minute higher low. You can take an aggressive entry. I don't want to do it. I'd rather wait for a little more conviction. I'm just letting you guys know I'm still watching chats. Evan, there's 4 other streams. Or are you talking Alan and Mitch? Or Alan and Christian? But that's why we do this 10 hours a day. Because you're bound to be able to make one stream. Plus, for those of you who don't know, they're all recorded. Every single stream. We already have, 10 hours a day? We're 6 days in. There's already 60 hours of streams in 1 week. Actually more, because none of us have cut streams short and we've all ran longer at times. What are we in? What do you want to slam? I don't want to slam anything yet. I want to slam my head off the table. That's about it. Ross Cameron. Ross Cameron sounds very familiar. So does Lance, but I can't put a face to it. I'd have to look it up. Yeah, Mitch's game is really interesting. It's just such a niche topic, though, where like so many, like I still look at it, and I've talked to Mitch about Gamma for like a year, and then it's just like my brain just like jumbles all together. Gamma is such an interesting topic, but I just do not know enough about it. Jav, out of the 3 things you said, the only one I understand is fair value gap. What's OB? And then what is inducement? But fair value gaps I don't use. I've never looked at them, understood them, had too much interest in them. Just because I trade something that works for me. So I'm going to rock with it. Omar, you know what a failure to go lower is. All right, let's see what gold can do here. Indices are getting a little pressure. I'm going to give it a few minutes. If it goes straight to yesterday's high, it goes straight to yesterday's high. We'll look for a little consolidation or something like that to get in. I'll go to the 2-minute so we get a little bit more potential. Like I said, if you longed here, there's potential. It's higher risk. So far, you're up 3 whole points. Yeah, and that's the thing I've noticed, Jay, because a lot of the ICT concepts, when people explain them in more depth, I'm like, we trade something very similar to it. We just call it something a lot similar. Or a lot simpler. What my A+ setup looks like, I'll go to YM real quick. I'm still going to watch gold. I'm not dire this very second to get in. For the YM, we took a trade down here. I just deleted it before stream, unfortunately. But we took an entry like here-ish, caught it for 200, 250 points, and then it ran like 1,200 points or something crazy like that. My A+ setup is when the daily gives a setup that I love. And it could look completely different for you. But when the daily has a very, very strong setup that I love, which daily consolidation. Love it. Right at the highs. Beautiful. What is it technically? Bull flag. And then all the time frames just agree. So we had the 4-hour here. Yeah, here. Nice 4-hour consolidation, right? Building it out. We were starting to break. That's what I took. And then it aligned on every single time frame where I had the 5-minute, the 15, the hourly, the 4-hour, all saying, hell yeah, I need to be in this. If every time frame tells me, hell yes, I need to be in this, I'm in. I don't care if it stops me out or not. I'm in every time. Have you always been comfortable doing lives, or do you have to work at it? It's gonna be different from person to person. For me, it's just talking to a screen in front of you, and you're just talking. Like I'm just literally just talking to my internet friends. That's it. I don't think it actually. There's going to be people who feel obligated to force trades just going live because, they want to get winning trades, this and that. For me, it makes me be more patient Because if I degenerately take a trade and I just tilt off my ass, y'all are going to see it in 4K. Well, 1080p, but So it just makes me wait and actually take setups that are really, really good or that I think the risk is worth it on. And to be honest, I've been perfectly comfortable with it. When me and Jake did a podcast, it was my first podcast. And all it is, you just have to look at it from a smaller perspective. That whole podcast, even though like 20,000 people saw it, it's just me talking to Jake. It's just me talking to my brother. That's it. This is quite literally just me talking to comments on YouTube. Now, if I got a stage in front of 300 people and talks, I'd probably be a little nervous. But looking at a number on the screen doesn't bother me at all. Throughout these streams, there could be 3,000 people watching, like just tuning in. It is what it is. It's cool. I love seeing more people tune in. NASCAR, I just saw your thing. The theory is the majority of his profits over the past 10 years are from his followers piggybacking off his trades. There are people out there that do that, 100%. 1,000%, especially on Twitter. When you see people on Twitter with massive followings and they're trading 10-cent contracts on Robinhood, they do it because Robinhood has very, very small commission fees. And you buy very low volume, far out of the money names. When everyone buys, the volume goes up, contracts more expensive. Because the commission fees don't exist, you can sell very, very cheap. Appreciate you hopping in, trade. Order block inducement are pivots that have higher significance than normal pivots. I love how you explain it. Say chooch and BOS. I know break a structure, but I don't know what the first thing is. I'm watching gold. It did have a little 2-minute fail to go lower. Probably could have taken that. But I'm still being a little bit more patient. Especially with, oil and gold can rally together. The nicest part of this entire war thing is gold is fully decoupled from the indices, which has given us a whole nother instrument to trade. If you're a trendline trader, something like this does interest me a lot. That might have been the entry miss. I'm willing to take something at yesterday's highs, just throw a stop at the open, a little 5.7 point stop. But if you took that 100%. Yeah, right. I like gold daily a lot. God damn, Jake's breaking down everything. Yeah, might have missed the entry on gold. I'll see if I can find it. Yeah, see, everyone's breaking down. Like Lamelli's in here too. What up, brother? Wait, Lamelli, is that actually you or is that your brother? Because if it's actually you, we need to get you the mod roll. I'm just making sure we don't mod your brother again. All right. Let me get this. There you go, brother. Yeah, and that's the number one thing with Jake said it's like potato, but between ICT and also like what we do. A lot of it is just structure and price action, and I'm sure Lamelli can agree with this. And it's just different names for different types of setups within the structure and price action. Most things in the end come down to overall structure and price action in general. Until you start adding indicators and stuff. But if indicators work for you, conviction, perfect. Right now, if gold's doing this, we're waiting. Indices still doing nothing. This might be an absolute nothing burger. Oil could hourly 3-bar. I just don't love the 4-hour. I mean, you could trade the range, look for 87.5s. I just don't have high conviction looking at any of these charts. And the main reason is every chart you look at, other than gold daily looks pretty good. But if you look at these daily charts, another day consolidation makes sense. It can spike higher, but even if it does, the 4-hour so far looks like it wants to be stagnant. Same with the hourly. A little bit of an hourly consolidation here is likely going to happen. It's going to continue. Even if we want longs at this point, I'd want to spike lower that gets bought back up, hourly fair to go lower, then we look to long. Shorts could go down to the open, but for me, I'd be more interested in below the open because I'm not going to target 3 points. Y'all know me that have been here long enough. 3 points isn't going to be something I'm overly interested in. Still keeping an eye on gold. I want to see how that 5-minute closes. So see what this 2 does. I shorted gold, but depends where you shorted. What up, Rye? How you doing? I was a little late today. Yeah, Dev, it happens, you know. Life comes first, but appreciate you hopping on. Took NQ long off Jake's level indicator. Nice. I'd have to look to see where that is. The Ball family's all here. Are you talking about Project 365 family? Because, dude, the thing is, no one knows. We all lurk in each other's streams. I was in the Melly stream today. I just didn't talk. We're always lurking on each other. What up, Con? How you doing? Market is always right. We're here to find pockets, and those pockets are same. Yep. Yeah, it's just all the system. Everyone's system and how you want to trade it. That's like yesterday. I wanted the indices to crash and burn, but I also said if they end up seeing some buying pressure, we could easily go back and fill the gap. I didn't short at all on the indices. Well, except for the one tiny NQ at like 1 in the morning. But other than that, that was the only short I took. I didn't short today. I have zero interest in it. If buyers are going to be more present than sellers, I'm not shorting. I'm upping my coffee intake because you. Hell yeah. That's what we like to hear. All right, Lamelli. So that means I'll see you on Alan's entire stream until 3 in the morning, right? If you're riding the schedule, you got to ride the whole schedule. No, I'm not in anything right now. I did take 1 loss on gold. I got to learn how gold trades more. Because oil and the indices don't necessarily always do this. So I got to study this chart a little bit. I'll probably spend some time tonight looking at it. Because it looks good. Buying off the open was probably the move. I just got to get more used to this asset. But we talked about it. If anyone took it, you're riding. Worst case, you make money and I don't. Hell yeah, Dax. What are you building? See, if you were in the US, I'd be like, hey, I could help you out with some construction stuff. But we don't service Australia, unfortunately. Omar, NQ's looking at hourly buy, but this price is moving slow. Yeah, Omar, for me, the indices, I just want to see them above yesterday's highs. While we're within like this on ES, I truly have no interest. I mean, it's a 9-point range, and we are ranging tighter than that. So, if someone wants to risk a 5-point range on ES and sit through that, by all means, feel free. But with this, no. I'd rather wait for that to somewhat break. Also, I thought Trump was supposed to be yapping at 8. We want some volatility. If we get a lot of volatility from Trump yapping, I'll throw on degen hours. We'll see what happens on an eval. I might have to buy an eval, to be honest. Oh, nope, I have 1 eval. We're good. Yeah, Lamelli, I've had a problem of being on Alan's stream the entire time since we started this, and I got to stop because going to bed at 3:30 in the morning and waking up at like 8:30 is not the move. Rather, Omar, Trump's supposed to be yapping. Are you in construction? Construction management for the most part. I'm not in it. I used to be. That's what I did right before this, and then before that, I was welding. My parents do a lot of like construction management aspects. A lot of like government jobs and bigger jobs. Mainly around Ohio right now, but they're expanding a little bit. I'm in Ohio. Made a mistake, locked out my account until Asia tomorrow. So I'm just here watching, taking shots. How do you lock yourself out for 24 hours? I mean, that's fair, but that's the thing about lockouts. like the lockouts suck. Like, I mean, I get why people want to lock out, but I won't do it because, like, if I'm in a great trading mindset and let's say I hop on Alan's stream and I see a really good setup, I'll trade it like last night. Or I've been on Lamelli's stream and he points something out. I look at it, I trade it. I want to be able to trade if I want to trade, but it's also why I have multiple accounts. So I can just trade different accounts at different times. But I don't like the lockout feature personally. I like the liquidate feature where if you hit a certain area, it liquidates you. You only trade AM and Asia. Lamelli, I got a problem. I trade Asia. If I see something good, I'll trade on Alan's stream at 1 in the morning. If I see something good pre-market, I think it was Thursday. I traded Asia. I traded Alan's stream. I woke up, longed on Jake's stream, and then took a nap and then sat there to see if anything showed up on your stream. Dude, if the market's there and I see an opportunity, I'll trade it. No matter what, I'm still part degenerate at heart. But if I see good structure, I'll trade it. If I see absolute shit, I'm spending 2 minutes on someone's stream and I'm out. Unless they're like yapping. It can be good as long as you're not losing every day or every trade, you know? If you lose 4 different streams in a row, you're struggling. But that's also why, like right now, I have a funded with, I think, Tradeovate, Lucid, and E8. Or Tradeify, Lucid, and E8. So I split those up throughout the day. I won't trade just like one account. That's the thing, Robert, too, is if I'm trading well, I want to trade. If I'm in like a 3-day funk, which those of you that watch me in Discord, I've had 3-day funks before. It's a part of the gig. Then at that point, I'm just like, all right, I'm doing evals. That's all I'm doing for the most part. And I'm just completely fucking off. But if I'm on a heater, I'm riding that heater. Bullish, I got a Twitter, but I only use it for notifications for like new stuff. I don't actively tweet. I used to, but I just didn't feel like it. Lockout is good to prevent a tilt. Dev, what I do is I just set daily loss limits. So like, let's say with my account, if I usually tilt post $600 of losses, I'll set a loss limit at 600. So I just physically can't trade. Unless I'm tilting so bad, I go into those settings, delete that loss limit and keep trading. Then that account's just GG's. At that point, if I'm going in the trenches that bad, I need to just send something to the moon. Sometimes you just gotta get out of your system on an eval, you know? I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my cat's yelling at me at the door. Dope, you trade gold. I just got out on the buys from 42. Beautiful trade. That's the thing. Even though I mentioned like it can be a little bit riskier of an entry, but it could be a really good entry. I didn't take it. I'm also still learning the asset. I got to focus a lot more on that. I think it was a nice entry, just a little higher risk because it was technically in a 5-minute downtrend. But I see everything. Retesting the open, holding session lows, spiking them, pushing back up. Beautiful potential there. Worked really well. I'm just glad I'm staying away from these. I initially came into today wanting to long RTY. I would have put you guys through hell. I wanted to long this daily inside bar that closed at the highs. Because then we long it and just look for that continuation back into all-time highs towards like 28, 25, 28, 40, 28, 50s. That would have sucked because we're in like a 1-point range on that. Y'all would have hated me for life on that. I've done it before. Show us your cat. You want me to let her in? I stopped trading because of the tilt and discipline, hoping to be here for a few weeks before trying anything. Yeah. I mean, Dev, that's the thing. There's people in here that probably haven't traded in a minute. And there's nothing wrong with taking a break from trading. I can tell you, I'm stubborn. The longest I've taken a break from trading was probably the holiday between like Christmas and New Year's. Other than that, no. Because for me, I learn hands-on. I'm not going to learn. I mean, I'll learn from journaling, but I'm going to learn more hands-on. Like if I have a really bad week and it's the weekend, the number one thing I want is that market to open so I can actually like figure out, all right, and work on my execution. But y'all want the cat? All right. Hello. Bella. Yeah, we'll see if she comes. Door's open though. I blew a 50K to open. I'm tight right now. I mean, dude, just take a breather. 100%. There's no reason to trade at all. That's the thing about trading too, especially with us 5 times a day streaming. There's no obligation to trade. There's days I don't take a trade at all. I took one today. Shit, the first 2 days of stream, I didn't even take a trade. And y'all still chilled. And those of you that know, like, I won't take one at times, but when we do, if we catch a really good one, it'll be like Thursday, where you take it, you never care about getting stopped out at all, and you just let it ride as long as you can. That's the goal. I really wish charts looked better. I don't hate a 15-minute consolidation and looking for the higher low on gold, but that's the only thing that really has my interest at all. I mean, shorts can still work out here, but we're still in that area that I don't want to trade. She's not here yet. Usually when I call her, she comes running. So you guys must have scared her off or something. Everyone just wants the cat. Anyways, should we do the giveaway? What do you guys think? Should we give away a 50K E8 account? How many likes are we at? Because if we're sub 100, y'all ain't getting an account. We got to at least be at 100. Because that's just embarrassing if I'm below 100. I expect more out of you guys. Hi, Bella. Come here. Come on. Chat wants to see you. Wait for 150 likes. What are we at? Come here. Come here. No. She wants the window. Sorry, guys. She'll come over in a second. All right, come here. Come here. Oh. Don't look at me. This is Bella. She is an absolute spawn of the devil and terrorizes everything in existence. We're at 98 likes. There ain't no way. Y'all can do better than that. I know we can at least get 125 here. If we're doing a giveaway. At least 125. I mean, I even showed you guys the cat. I wanted to count a while back and never figured out how to log in. God. You just said, fuck it. That account doesn't matter. She measures sweatshirts. She does. The reason she's usually locked out of here, though, is she breaks everything in existence. That lamp behind me, yeah, she broke that. The entire lamp. We had to glue it back together. Did we actually hit 150 already? I saw we were at like 98. Being stingy, chat. If we're at 150, I'll rip it. We're going to do the same style giveaway that I did with the bot, you know, because it's fun. I see we got 150 watching. I see 107. We had 110. We got to at least get 125. If y'all want a giveaway, if y'all just enjoy the content, just like the stream. No, I mean, people, 100%. Also, I see you guys liking the chat. Just know the little heart in the bottom right does not like the stream. You have to click the thumbs up under the video. But I appreciate all the love. I won that giveaway this morning. Yeah, you did, Victoria. That's what we love too, is seeing people we know win that have been here for a while. And it's funny because there's been people that have been in the Discord for like 3 years that have never won a giveaway. But it just shows it's all luck. And the way I do it too with the bot makes it good. But I want to give away an account, so it's going to get given away. We just got to get some love in the chat. I'm feeling lucky today. You might be. One of y'all are going to be. You've been around since Mastermind 6. That was what, 4 years ago? 3.5, 4 years ago? Had to be. 2022. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say that had to be a while ago because we did a lot in the very beginning, and I was 5 years ago. Jake, we're trying to get to 125 likes for the giveaway, and we even showed the cat Bella. She made a guest appearance. If I gotta bring my brother in for you guys to get 125, I'll do it. I'll make him show up. Just cause. Yeah, how many people in here from Mastermind? I'm just curious for me. Let's see it in the chat. Yeah, Bella made a guest appearance. But how many are from Mastermind and what Mastermind do you guys take? We got a lot of you guys. Even if you're in the Discord right now, it counts because it's the Mastermind. Damn, we got OGs too. Mastermind 2? Dude, you're basically in as OG as I am. Just like 3 months away. All right, we got to be 125. Guys, 5 likes, and we're doing a giveaway. We're giving away a 50K account. It ain't much to ask for with 5 likes. Discord Mastermind still counts. You're a part of the community. Jake, we're building a legacy here, and that's the goal. Give me the account Mastermind 2. Well, Robert, if we're doing that, if we're giving him the account because he's Mastermind 2, then I get it because I'm Mastermind 1. I win the giveaway now. So you just lost. That's how it goes. 1 when it was called mentorship. Hell yeah, December. Getting the tattoo on my forehead. Someone has is Zay in here? Oh yeah, no, Zay's been in here. Zay's always tuning in. Can you say Tony backwards? Isn't that just why not? I don't know if you're trying to say something there. But also, someone does have a Ray Trades tattoo. So it shows the ride or dies. We hit 125. All right, y'all want to do the giveaway? First, I'm not going to make you get to 150. I'm not going to sit here and just spam like to chat, like shit. No, we're giving away an account. So what we're going to do, for those of you that haven't been on for the bot, when you see the bot say you can enter, all you do is you type ! enter. And I'm going to type it out because some people just type ! Doesn't make sense how you make that mistake, but this is all you do. And I'll even, this is all you type. Not yet. But once the bot shows up in the chat, you type that. I'm going to give you guys 4 minutes is a little long. We're going to go, we'll go 2 minutes. So y'all got to type fast. The bot will reply. You'll know you got an entry. What? Go. You have 2 minutes. All you have to do is type ! enter and spam that chat. You can only get 1 entry. You can type it as many times as you want. All you're going to do is give us more comments, but you can only get 1 entry. Who typed just ! I just told you exactly what to type. I just gave you a full demonstration of what to type, and you just typed ! Yeah, ! enter. After that, you can spam whatever your heart desires. Feel free. Flood the chat. Do whatever you want. How much time we got left? 1:16. If you forget to do it, or if you wait till the last second, first off, that's on you. You gotta type it. All you gotta do, ! enter, and you're in. After that, type whatever you want. Jake, I would laugh if that comment just put you in and you somehow won. When you don't give away, I gotta run it again. Please let me win. I don't think that's gonna work, but rigged? What do you mean rigged? This is the least rigged way possible. You have 40 seconds. If you miss this entry, I don't know what to tell you. You get 120 seconds to type with 7 characters. should be pretty easy. Oscar, now they're just spamming to spam. But as long as you get a reply, you'll see it in the chat. You're in. I can tell you there's currently 81 people in, and there's 185 or 86 people in here. So some of you guys are just, I don't know if you don't understand the assignment. I don't know if you just don't want an account, but you have 8 seconds to type. And you better get it in within 8 seconds or else you're just not in. So I don't know what to tell you. All right. That's it. No more spamming. No more spamming. So if you missed it, you missed it. You had 2 minutes. I don't know what to tell you. All you had to do was type. But our winner is whoever it picks. Oscar. I got to pick it. You've won it already. No, Oscar's already won. Oscar's already won. Well, no, Oscar, you did give that account away. So what are we doing? Am I rolling again or do you want it? Because I know you gave the last one away. We got to run it back. All right. The good thing is we don't have to run it back. I can just pick another winner. Who to pick? Andrew Corman, 1189. Oh, you gave him one? All right, bet. Okay, see, chat, don't worry. We're fair. We don't just, if someone keeps winning, first off, go buy a lottery ticket. Like, Oscar, go gamble. Go buy a lottery ticket. Not financial advice. You will lose money gambling, just in case there's something behind it. But Andrew wins. Congrats, Andrew. Of course, brother. All you got to do is shoot me a message on Instagram. It's going to be ! Insta Ron. That'll give you my Instagram. I'm taking that as advice. Too late. I already said it's not advice. So if you lose, you're cooked. Whatever chat decides to put that in, there we go. If you just go to my Instagram, shoot me a DM. Let me know it's you, and I'll get you that account. It's an E8 50K account. Jake, you forgot the G. Well, congrats, brother. Also, while we did that, the market did absolutely nothing. And looks like we're still not long in gold. So I'm okay missing the entry. Because to be honest, let's just say I took this little 2-minute kind of 3-bar play. This is what I'd be looking at. Let's just say we got in at yesterday's highs. My stop would probably be somewhere there. My target would be here. We'd be stopped again. So I'm more than content not being in. Glad I avoided that. So market right now sucks. So that's why we're vibing in chat. Also, unfortunate for my brother, my door's now open because of Bella. So he's got to hear me even louder. Dude, nothing is moving. Jake, look at this. But before this massive breakdown on ES, sub 5-point range, that huge breakdown right there, like I would like biggest move of the century, 2.25 points. We're cruising right now in the after hours. Yeah, I mean, this is the biggest move we've ever seen. I don't even know what to do here. I already have FOMO missing this. Let's see if this gives me the right quote for the current market situations. Because we wanted to trade. But we'll see. There's 2 quotes. We'll see if it gives me the right one. Oh, y'all made this bot lag. There we go. It gave me the right one. That's exactly how I feel about the market. We wanted something. We got absolutely nothing. Monk, if there's commands that can actually help benefit you guys, I can 100% make them. But one thing I want to do, the unfortunate thing is Jake's here. I was going to make a bunch of Jake quotes and just fill the quote thing with his quotes. Full port's a good one. Yeah, that's one I just made for fun. But some of y'all abuse that way too much. I don't know. I know Jake saw that this morning and was probably very confused. Yeah, if y'all want to type full port, see what it does, feel free. Right now, just quote and then like social medias, stuff like that. Can we get margin call? Well, what do you want margin call to say? No, Oscar. I mean the bot right now because I had the giveaway still technically open. I didn't fully close it yet, so that's why it's lagging a little bit. But I'll complete it. Yeah, I have 2 quotes. I need a lot more quotes. Just don't abuse the bot. But Insta and anyone's name within the community. So for me, it'll be Insta Rong, RONG, Insta Rake, Insta Allen, Insta Mitch, or Insta Lamelli. We'll get you the Instagrams. If you want to follow anybody. Discord is the free one with the giveaways and some content. Exclamation point Discord. If you want the actual Discord, we can get you that as well. And there's a 50% off discount if you want to learn our system and the way we do things. But if you don't want to buy anything, we appreciate you being in the chat, showing your support. While I'm doing cheeky plugs, though, might as well say most of your prop firms, everything above, code RT or code REG gets you the discount. All it does is support us, lets me do what I'm doing, you know? So we love you guys. It's the wrong is what happens with all my trades. Sorry, Omar, you didn't make the cut. I love you, Emily would be a crazy quote. Just in the morning, someone puts quote. It just happens to drop, I love you, Emily. Is your name Kamikaze with an extra letter? If it is, I'm just making sure I call you the right thing. But I'm waiting on something. The only thing that's moved is gold a little bit. And I was looking at longs here, didn't really feel like taking it because I just didn't love it. Didn't even get to where I wanted it to, so I avoided it. Now it's just seeing if it retests the open, I guess, but I'm not overly interested in it yet. Other than that, there is nothing. Oil, as we're currently looking at it, and I'll draw some lines on some charts. Oil gets out of that, maybe some interest. Can look for the end of day highs here. But that even 40, 50 ticks on oil isn't something I'm really interested in because your risk in general to the low of the range is 30, not worth it. Indices, if they break the open, I'm more interested. Until then, once again, this range, while we're in it, not doing anything. And that's just part of trading. Sometimes there's opportunity to execute. Sometimes there's not. Right now, there ain't shit to do. I'm not opposed to oil. I'm not desperately in love with the chart yet. It can break here 100%, can rip. I would definitely need a larger target. Like, to be honest, I'd be probably looking at like 87.5s if I took it, which isn't crazy, but then we have to get through all of today's price action to get up there. So I just don't think the market's in the opportunity where there's opportunity every single session, every single time. Toxic wife. I mean, Jake, if you can think of any you want, let me know. You can add them or I can add them happily. Because they're fun, especially when chat just randomly puts them. What do you want it to say? I'll make it right now. We still looking, Jake? I'll just make it say not found. I see you later, Dev. Have a good one. Jake needs Latino wife. Just make a bunch about wives and Jake. Hell yeah. What do I think about NQ? I think it's stuck. I think it's very, very stuck. Full port's a good one. Unfortunate ending, though. It never ends well. NQ right now, we do have an hourly fail to go higher. That'll be interesting because in reality, if we look at it, this is going to be a broader range. Wrong tool, but it works. Mainly like that as a support, where if this does reject, we can see back here. I said it earlier on stream. Jake's going to hate me for saying this, but if we look at the daily chart, what can happen? We can start looking like this again. It makes sense. More than one day of consolidation makes sense. If we get a few days, it's not gonna be crazy. It's gonna be expected. If you land in 16 minutes, Connor, you're in. Yeah, I'm in for some chop. It's just gonna be a lot of range trading. I'm down for it. I just got to lower expectations 100%. Yesterday, we caught a nice move. Expectations were just too high on oil. And that's kind of crazy to say during war times. Expectations were too high on oil. Yeah, until we get out of that shorter range, I just don't love it. That'd be a great quote. If it's not a fuck no, then it's a fuck yes. Wait, that's backwards. If it's not a fuck yes, then it's a fuck no. And that's the number one way we live with trading. Gold right now, there's zero fuck yes for me on this chart. Indices, zero. If ES breaks below the open and we get back above, or we retest and hold below, I like it mainly because ES hourly failed to go higher, right? Then we start looking at the broader pivots. 4 hour on ES did spike, I think, maybe by like a tick. Literally by one tick, it spiked the high. So it could technically fail. It's not aggressive. It's not going to be wonderful. RTY spiked as well. If that does set up 3 of the 4 spike the highs, we can see it push lower. But once again, this chart, like if I look at this daily chart, how do I look at any of these 4 charts and say, you know what, the move is here to short? Unless I have lower expectations, I just can't look at this and say, I got to short this thing. It's just not there. Now, if you're looking for little scalps, little shorter trades, you can do it 100%. Could have caught this, but I said I wasn't interested in quite literally 3 points. Just not something I'm looking to trade. I'd rather sit here and talk to you guys. I'm going to be honest. If ES can't get to like 12, 15 points, I'm not interested, in full honesty. Because I think that's a reasonable, like, kind of target. But in the end, I'd want more in the, like, for runners. But like 12, 15 would be the first thing that gets me in. Because my stop's usually 5 points. If you can find a stop that's tighter, sick. But my average stop is usually like 5. If the market's more volatile, I'll move it to 7, possibly 10, depending on what I'm looking for. But for now, it's just not it. Even here, looking at gold, I guarantee, like, watch gold, knowing gold, it's going to go right back up here. There's not an entry there for me. We had one little 2-minute failure to go higher, broke over it, and now we're just shooting back over the open. It's not something I'm interested in longing. Also, I don't know gold enough to yeet that. If it was oil, I might have yeeted it a little bit at least. But now, even oil, I would love this little consolidation to break higher. So far, it's spiked higher. It's failing. Now, oil might get a little more bearish. Hourly spiked higher. If it fails, failed little 3-bar play setting up. That would give us the 4-hour inside bar we want. Remember what I said quite literally an hour and a half ago. If I want this consolidation bar to sit, that means I still have an hour and 20 minutes. We've watched it for an hour and 30, and it's at the exact same price as it was an hour and 30 minutes ago, which is why we didn't trade after the first step. Same thing with the indices. If we're going to consolidate, we still have an hour and 20 minutes before this even gets slightly interesting. I want chop, but like American Spirit and weed. That sounds like a hell of a time. I've never smoked a cigarette, but, you know, sounds like a hell of a time. I'll never smoke a cigarette, but no, it's just looking at a chart. If I look at a chart and it's just not, like, I don't see something that's hell yeah, I'm just not interested. Craziest thing is, even if we hold the open and go to yesterday's highs, that's 10 points. Yes, it can be worth it. I'm going to draw it. I'm not going to take it. But let's say you got an entry there, through a stop there. Yeah, the risk to reward's 100% worth it there. You just got to manage your expectations in times like this. And when we go from super fast trending days to all of a sudden we're ranging, for me, it'll usually take a day or two to be like, all right, I got to fully rewire, manage expectations to lower, and then we're going to ride like that. Do you trade like Jake? Same foundation. And yeah, if you guys want any individual stocks for me to look at for the last like 15 minutes, I'll do it 100%. No problems. Especially if I'm not actively dying to get in a trade. Now, mind you, I would love to trade. I'm just not obsessed with the chart. Now at 9 o'clock, if we do set hourly fail to go lowers after stream and we start to trigger an hourly buy, I can get some interest. 100%. I learned from Jake. Jake's my main educator, like the main mentor that I look up to. I took his mastermind. We have the same foundations. We trade a little bit differently. Like Jake, knowing Jake knows gold. Jake might have gotten some interest in gold down here, but gold's not my thing. I'd do it on oil. Jake would do it on gold. So it just depends. But no, we trade a little differently. We have certain things we like to trade. His is NQ and gold. I love ES and oil. But I'll also trade anything, in all honesty. If something looks good, I'll trade it. MSTR, isn't that the... Am I thinking of the right one? Is that the one that's like coin but sucks? Did someone just... Oh, there it is. AMD. So there's two things I'm looking at here. And this is where relative strength and weakness and like comparing the sector comes into play. So you look at AMD here, really big daily fail to go higher. Now this isn't bearish, right? It's two red candles. If it breaks below, it can go all the way down to like 265 and still not be bearish. Just retest prior all-time highs. But if I'm looking at semiconductors, there's one name that really has my interest. So look at this AMD chart, study it real quick, just understand it. And then look at NVIDIA. Yes, both more aggressive charts, but this daily chart interests me a heck of a lot more than this does. This is a little bit weaker on the day, right? Little relative weakness, where NVIDIA is a very, very strong outside bar bullish candle holding 200. If it gets above 200, it's not at all-time highs. Where would I be looking? 210s, 212s, all-time highs. I think this has a lot of potential if the market continues to rally. I really like NVIDIA for back up towards all-time highs. It'll just play a little bit of game of catch-up, which, yeah, it would be a crazy move because it's 28%. But let's be honest, it's NVIDIA. NVIDIA can have a 12% move in one day, and you'd look at it and just be like, yeah, it's NVIDIA. We expect it. MSTR, and then I'll get to Victoria's. MSTR off 118 was probably a generational buy if the company's worth it. The craziest thing that I realized about MSTR, and we talked about this when I did office hours, is because this is the one that has Bitcoin, right? They have they're holding a bunch of Bitcoin. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But I believe they have like $60 million in Bitcoin. And their valuation down here was like 50 billion or something. So they quite literally had more value in Bitcoin than their market cap. I felt like it was probably an easy buy. And looking at just this plain structure, where do we hold in the past? This was a massive support. We came down, finally retested it, and then skyrocketed. Now we're at the highs of this range. If we break over this range, I would 100% be looking for MSTR back towards 230s. 1,000%. Because that's what makes sense. Obviously, you'll see some resistance around like 190, possibly 200 cycle level. But over this general area, I'd be looking towards 230s. If we reject it, just anticipate something like this to play out. Build another support here, and then look for that break. I told you, dude, with some companies, I have no clue what they do. If it's a chart that I like to chart, I'll trade it without having a single clue what the company does. You flipped your green candles red and red candles green. Now, Victoria, I know I'm colorblind, but I don't think these are green and red. But no, jokes aside, I changed it because, one, I'm colorblind. So when I would zoom out like this, a lot of the colors would blend together because I'm red-green colorblind and like shade blind. And for some reason, psychologically, the red candles would get to me. I don't know why. In the past, when I just wasn't trading well. And what would happen is I would start to see a red candle while in a short, and I would close it. Because I would think, all right, these are going against me. I got to get out of the trade. And I would close a short trade while it's shorting. And I'd be like, well, what the hell did I just do? Why did I do that? So I changed that. And now I just have zero emotion with these candles at all. I don't know why. It's completely just psychological. I know most people just use red and green. I love these charts. And it's crazy. I've probably gotten 20 plus people to change their chart colors to this just because I rock it. But no, I love this color, this candle color. And it makes it a lot easier for me to see the candles with the hollow body and the blue as the red, because the blue candles are red, obviously. And it just makes it easier because I'm colorblind. Oh, is Trump yapping? Has to be. But if you did long the open, congrats, you caught your 10 points. It's crazy. We went to yesterday's high and then rejected. I was waiting for like 9 o'clock for that to happen. But we still haven't triggered anything. So I'm still open for longs. I hate it, but I'm really interested in like RTY. So if you go to the daily charts, RTY just looks so good. I mean, they all look good. I'm back into the thesis. Yesterday, I was like, you know what? We're done with all-time. No, I think we could easily go to all-time highs. Yesterday's thesis was just wrong. But I like longs a lot still. I think there's a lot of potential. I'll be watching them for probably a few hours tonight. See if anything sets up. But over yesterday's highs, I like longs for the most part. Do I have the same? I know a lot of people that have changed their candle colors. And it helps for some reason. I can't explain it to you. I just tell people I did it because I'm colorblind. It makes it easier. Nick, I don't know what that means. What's with you guys? What's with you? Is TRMP a ticker, or are you abbreviating Trump? Because if you're abbreviating Trump and just leave out one letter, I don't understand the point in that one. So we have oil not breaking down yet. Oil shorts still look interesting, especially with the hourly failure to go higher. Gold longs do have a failure to go lower. Don't love the upper wick, but it can easily play back into it. I mean, it's gold we're talking about. It can do something like this pretty easily. Actually, it looks like every single time gold trends up, it loves to wick and then finally go. So that's good to note. With Trump. Hey, J Group, how you doing, brother? Just type it fast. I was gonna say, dude, if you're missing, like, if you're abbreviating something, just taking out one letter, just type the letter. It's not worth it. It's unfortunate that there's just been nothing to do today. It seems like since we caught YM, the market's just like, you know what? You got your piece. You're done for a little bit. And then it just doesn't want to give us anything. And sometimes Asia session be like that. It's weird though, because even New York consolidated. So when both sessions kind of consolidate, it's not great because it leads me to believe a broader consolidation. So I'd love to see us break new all-time highs pretty quickly so we can avoid the whole consolidation talk. Nice, J Groove. Yeah, I tried in the market open, got stopped. So we degenning London. I'm still trying to decide if I want to be on the beginning of Alan's stream or not. I already gave him code for the giveaway because your boy needs to sleep at some point. I haven't been doing it much. And I might go clinically insane if I keep getting 5 hours of sleep. I believe it or not, I need my beauty sleep occasionally. See, even right now, oil showing more strength. Gold pulling back to the open. And the indices already right back in the middle of the range. So that entire rally, all we did was go right back to this. So what the hell do we do with that? There ain't nothing. This market sucks. I'm telling you, no song picks because of lack of sleep, guys. Mitch. I mean, if it'll get to be fair, I put the sauna pick. YM ripped 1,200 points. So, coincidence? Could be. Could be. Might have to thirst trap Instagram a little more. Sad I can't use my AI picks in here. See, Mitch, you can always just throw them in chat and I'll throw them in on the screen. But I don't think there's anything to do here, which is unfortunate because the market sucks right now. But this hourly close will be really interesting. If oil closes stronger, I'm interested, but we need out of this range. Same thing with everything. Everything is range bound. Until we get out of this range, I ain't touching a single thing. No interest. Jav, what chart are you looking at that this shit's rippy? I need to know because I haven't seen a single thing that's rippy. This is a 10-point move from the lows to the highs, my guy. That's not even a take profit, at least for me. I'm not even mad about the mistakes. No more market's trash, and I'm starting to feel these shots. You good, Bugs? I'm just checking, but you good? 15-second chart? Brother, I don't even have that subscription, so I can't even show that. It looks big when you're zoomed in on the 15. Yeah. I mean, if I go to the 1-minute chart, it looks like an absolute nuclear candle. But then you just do something like the 15 and you're like, all right, well, we haven't done it. Shit. It looks good, though. I won't lie to you. It looks great. Oh, if you want to dopamine max, dude, buy some cheap evals, code Raker RT at checkout. And just go to the 30-second candle, see what you can do. Don't recommend it. I would never do it. I'd probably do it for like a degenerate stream, but I don't even have the 30-second chart. So I'd have to use the 1 minute. I mean, should kick chat. First thing he says is, here we use music to tell the markets what to do. Brother, that's the one thing that sucks about YouTube. Is like I can play music, but I got to find a whole copyright-free catalog and hope for some reason none of them have a copyright strike, or else we're nuked. I get a copyright strike, kicked off stream. Jake's mad at me. It's just not good. One thing I have to figure out is like there's bigger streamers, not trading, but like in general, that like play songs and music, and they still stream, but we do it. We get kicked off. Right, those $20 Apex evals were horrible. There's times I would buy 8 to 10 of them things and just start ripping them. I love that, Bugs. I was just making sure because that comment made it seem like you were a little down. Yeah, dude, a little bit drawdown ain't gonna kill you. Good Kid is all copyright free. Where's Good Kid? Is that like Spotify? How many E8 straight to funded accounts can we get at one time? I'm gonna assume 5 because that's like the industry standard. But don't quote me on that because I have no clue. I just started trading E8 this week and I have a funded with them, but that's it. I haven't looked at any of their things. It took me long enough to set up the account. But no, they're a good platform so far. I'm excited to get a payout with them. Oh, I forgot about that account. I didn't even trade it today. Oops. Oh, well, good. I didn't lose money on it. But I think I'm going to look to start wrapping up stream. I think there's a lot of opportunity here in the next hour. I just don't plan on streaming for the next hour. But y'all know what I'm looking for. Breaks over yesterday's highs. I'll be interested in longs on the indices 100%. Gold, as long as it continues to hold the open. And if we get out of this little structure here, get a strong hourly close, I'd look for a break above for that continuation. I really like the 4 hour because you can look for 72 followed by, honestly, 900. I think there's a lot of opportunity on gold to be had. And oil, I just don't think I'm going to touch. Because I hate shorting my baby. But it does pay when you do. Problem is you have to pay to pass that. Oh, with Apex, yeah. That's like a quick rant. I saw someone promoting a funded account. Not going to call it the person, not going to call it the prop firm. Don't care. But because I don't want drama. They're saying it's the cheapest account in the industry because it was cheap. But there's like $150 funding fee. It's like, brother, you're almost double some prop firms. That ain't cheap. That ain't cheap at all. That's almost $200 per account. Yeah, the evals are cheap, but that ain't cheap. $100+ funding fee. No. Most of the accounts we work with have a one-time fee, and that is it. They're like $70 to $90. That's cheap. NQ 15-minute tailless. It's like a magnet. You ever consider wickless tails? You mean like candles without wicks? I don't, because the wicks tell a story to me, if that's what you're referring to. The wicks tell a huge story. Like, here's a little fail to go lower, 15-minute buy setup. Damn, NQ looked pretty good. Huh. Oh, well. But, yeah, little 15-minute fail to go lowers off the open here. Ended up getting that buy. Now, the main thing I'm looking for is just the hourly buy. If we close like this, the next hour, I'm ready to look for trades, 100%. May not happen immediately, but I'm fully ready to look for it. So I'll be around looking at trades. If you're in the Discord, if you want to chat, I don't care. Feel free to shoot me a message in chat. But with that, though, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Is there any data of any kind tomorrow? Any data of any kind? Data. We just moved the data thing. And I don't know where. Oh, weekly calendar. Tomorrow's Tuesday, right? Yeah. We have retail sales at 8:30 and core retail sales. So not really. I think Trump yaps like 3 times this week. So that'll be important. Other than that, though, nothing crazy data-wise. Oh, Victoria's got that info on her. Kamikaze, there's both. There's a free version where you can just be a part of the community. You get some stuff with it. And then there's the paid version where we have our entire educational course. And we're not selling a course for $2,000. It's quite literally $100 to learn everything from us. And if you want a link, I can send it in chat real quick. Actually, I'll send it in there in case anyone's interested in it. But that'll be my closing remarks. So what you would do is, if anyone's interested in the Mastermind Discord, learning how we trade, you're going to use that link. And then there's a discount with code STREAM. And this will tell you that as well. Get some sleep, sir. God, Mitch, I don't know if that... I still got caffeine in the fridge. You need to update your indicator. Me? I do. I don't have the indicator on these charts if you're talking to me. Yeah, 100%. But I still need to update the indicator. Yes, I have not done it. Kamikaze, I don't know what specs is at all. Platform-wise, I use TradeVate and TradeC for futures. Options, I use Robinhood and Schwab, which is Thinkorswim. Those are all the platforms I use for trading. Charting, TradingView. You're looking at it. Apex. I use TradeVate on Apex if I'm trading Apex. Also, gold just got smoked again. Don't know what's happening, but gold's GG's. Looked good. Now oil looks good. But if oil looks good, the indices are likely not going to look good. So we'll see what happens in the next hour. A lot of potential, but so far it ain't moving. Purple symbol in the indicator. This? Wait, that means I need to up. Oh. Shit. I never knew what that meant. Good looks. Good looks. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'll have to update that. That's just the EMAs. But yeah, didn't know that. Cool. Appreciate it. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end stream. Alan will be on 1 p.m. Eastern, if you want that. Or 1 a.m. Eastern, sorry. And then in the morning, Jake and Mitch will be on. I think Mitch is at 8 a.m. I don't want to get it wrong. 7, 8, somewhere around there. Please tell me you're still on. Anyways, if you need to know 7, all right. If you need to know any stream times, just click on this YouTube account, Rake Trades. Go to live. All the streams are preset, so you'll know exactly when they are. But with that, I will see you guys tomorrow. Be back soon with this one. Of course, y'all have a great rest of your night.